Welcome to Mindful Movement. I am Tracy Carlin, and I'm looking forward to guiding you in a nice vinyasa flow today. So you'll go ahead and begin with the back of your mat. We're going to start in a standing position. Feet are going to be hips distance apart. And from here, we're just going to find our mountain pose or Tadasana. So pressing into all four corners of the feet, knitting in those ribs, sending that belly button to the spine. Go ahead and lift those shoulders up and back. Excellent. Hands can be open to the front of your mat. And then go ahead and just lower your eyes and let's take a couple of deep breaths in here. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. One more time, taking a nice deep breath in. And letting that go. From here, let's go ahead. We'll begin our Ujjayi breathing. So inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. We'll inhale, rise all the way to the top. Hands kissing up above. And let's just open those arms into cactus arms, spreading those fingers nice and wide. Feeling that open across our chest. Pressing into those feet. Let's inhale and exhale all the way to the top. And we'll take that 2 more times. Exhale to cactus. Inhale. And exhale to cactus. And we'll go ahead and inhale up. Exhale, right hand to the back of the right thigh. And maybe taking a gentle twist here. You don't want to come too far. We're just warming up here. Taking that gaze toward the right side of your mat or towards your right shoulder. And then let's inhale the right arm up and exhale the left arm down and back. And find that drishti coming to the left of the mat or back towards your shoulder. Pressing into the balls of your feet, the back of your heels. Inhale, rise. And let's take both hands back. Exhale, hands back and down. Maybe clasping them behind your back. Press the fingers to the earth. And just open those shoulders, lift that chest to the sky. And then go ahead, gently letting go of those fingers. And inhale those arms all the way back up. Exhale, taking the right wrist with the left hand and inviting that right hand over to the left side of your body. Go ahead, press into that right foot. Maybe push that right hip out a little bit, finding a counterbalance here. And we'll lift and take it on the other side. Right hand to the left wrist. Left hand over to the right side of your mat. Pressing that left hip out gently. Pressing those left fingertips to the right side of the feet. Beautiful. Inhale up. And we'll exhale our hands to the side. Wonderful. Taking a nice deep breath, we'll inhale. Exhale, bending those knees nice and deep. Bringing the chest all the way to your thighs. And just reach for the earth and lower that head all the way down. Excellent. From here, take a couple of nice deep breaths in this space and really send them deeply into your back and down to the lower back and maybe through the glutes and the quads. And from here, we'll go ahead, press those knees a little straighter. Hold your elbows with your hands, and then just ragdoll to the right and to the left. To the right and to the left one more time, releasing that head to the earth. Really feeling that stretch in the lower back of your sides, right at that hip area. And we'll come to center and we'll send our hands to the earth. And then we'll inhale, rise all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands to mountain pose. Wonderful. Inhale, rise. And let's exhale, bend those knees nice and deep. And we'll come down into a tabletop position here. All right. From here, let's go ahead, take that right foot out and rock up and over those toes, finding lengthening and strengthening, bringing a little heat, a little warmth to the body. Maybe finding those shoulders up and over the wrists, pressing into the palms through the shoulders. And lifting that leg into the sky. Let's go ahead and we'll touch the knee to the right elbow 3 times. In to the elbow, exhale the heel out. And into the right elbow, and exhale. And one more time, into the right elbow, and exhale. Then let's try to bring our knee and our nose together. Inhale, knee to nose. Really lifting that knee into the abs, and exhale. Wonderful. From here, take that right leg over the left leg and take your gaze to those right toes. Excellent. So just a gentle twist here, feeling that on the right side of your body. Pressing into that right hand, don't fall out a lot. And then go ahead, lift that foot up in the sky and lower it back into tabletop position. Before we move to the next side, let's just take a moment for a nice long torso, sending energy through the crown of your head, through your sit bones here. Excellent. And then taking that left leg up in the sky, take it back and then rock and roll up and over. Just finding again that lengthening, warming in the left leg. There you go. Really pressing through that heel. Nice. Lifting that left leg. We'll hold it here for just a moment and then we'll take the left leg to the knee 3 times. And we'll inhale, knee in. Exhale, that foot out. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale. And one more. Inhale. And now let's bring that knee to the nose. Pressing that in, bringing that nose as close as you can to your knee. Lift, 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 and extend. Beautiful. We'll take that left leg across the right leg behind you here. And just find a nice little stretch. Pressing nice and firmly and evenly through both palms. Really sitting with a nice square head here to the mat. And for 3, and 2, and 1, we'll go ahead and bring it back to tabletop position. Bring those toes together and bring the knees wide. And let's go ahead and sit back into our child's pose or balasana. Pressing into the heels. Really stretching those arms out long if you can. And then lowering that head or chin to the earth. This is a great place if you have them at home. If you've got blocks, you can take a block and bring that under your head if you don't have the kind of length or you're not feeling it today to come to bring your head to the mat. And take nice deep breaths, sending that air all the way through that back body. Nice deep breath here. Inhale and exhale. Wonderful. We'll move back up into our tabletop position and let's thread the needle. So taking our left hand just slightly toward the center, a little bit more, your thumb to under your nose. And we're going to go ahead, we'll lift that right hand off the earth and exhale it up to the sky. And then go ahead and thread that hand underneath the left hand. Bring shoulder and the right ear to the earth. And then maybe from here, If you want, you can bring that left arm around behind your back. Excellent. And on your next exhale, can you sit a little deeper into those heels? And then from here, that right arm will come back up to the sky. And exhale it down to the earth. We'll take this on the other side, pressing that right hand into the earth, thumb below the nose. Inhale, exhale that left hand to the sky. And we'll breathe here for 3 and 2 and 1. Go ahead. Exhale that left arm underneath the other. Bring the right arm forward if that suits you. You can also take that arm behind you for a small bind. And obviously, yogi's choice how far you go. And then nice inhale. Exhale, can you sit back a little further on those heels? Excellent. Pressing that right hand into the mat, coming all the way back into tabletop position. We'll do those traditional cat-cow moves. So on an inhale, we're going to lower our belly to the earth, okay? Bring the crown of the head toward the sky, being gentle, and then take the energy from the sit bones and really press them out. Press, 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 nice and long. And then on an exhale, so take a nice deep inhale. On your exhale, really press that back up to the sky and push all the air out of your belly. And lower that head, taking your gaze through the knees to the back of your mat. And inhale, lowering belly for cow. And exhale, pressing that back to the sky, letting go of all of the oxygen. Belly button to your spine. Very nice. Let's go ahead. We'll take a neutral spine here. And we'll get ourselves ready to come up into our first down dog. So if you are somebody that uses blocks, it's a great time to get those ready now. You can use them either on low, medium, or high. High is a little dangerous, so be careful if you're doing that here. Medium or low is a great spot. So pressing your hands into the earth or into your blocks, tucking those toes. Nice inhale. On your exhale, send those hips all the way to the sky. Find the tiny bend in those knees, or maybe it's a generous bend, whatever works for you. And then walk them out, pressing your hands into the earth, really opening those fingertips, pressing those fingertips against the earth. Lowering your head, taking your gaze between your knees. And from here, we're going to look forward and bring our feet to meet our hands at the top of the mat. Pressing down into a forward fold or Uttanasana. Go ahead, take a half lift, hands on your calves, nice long back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, pressing into the mat, rising all the way to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Wonderful. And then we'll finish in mountain pose. Great. So getting ready. We'll do that again. We'll invite our Surya Namaskar A. I'm going to scoot my blocks out of the way here, but feel free if you want to use them to do so. Nothing wrong with using the tools that are available to us in yoga. From here, we are in mountain pose, resetting, taking a nice deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Go ahead, inhale, rise all the way to the top. Exhale, plant your hands and come into a forward fold. Rise up for half lift or straight back. Exhale, planting your hands on the earth, stepping those feet back into plank. And from here, we'll take our knees to the earth, a gentle chaturanga, and then lowering your chest by bending those elbows toward the back of your mat, keeping those elbows close to your body, and then untucking those toes and lifting your chest to the sky. Nice. Cobra. Lowering those elbows, could be a baby cobra. From here, we're going to go ahead and tuck those toes, lift those hips to the sky for down dog. And looking forward, we'll crisscross our legs all the way up to the top of the mat between our hands. And we'll find ourselves in forward fold, pressing up now on an inhale for half lift. Exhale, hands to the earth for a fold, and then rising all the way to the sky. Hands to our heart for Anjali Mudra. Wonderful. Inhale, take a nice deep bend in those knees. So we're gonna really bend deeply here. And then go ahead and exhale those hands up to the sky for chair pose, okay? Chair pose is known as fierce pose or awkward pose. It's a process of pressing down into your seat, but at the same time, lifting those arms up into the sky. Maybe bring those pinkies together. It'll help you lift those hands. And inhale, exhale all the way to the sky. And we'll find our arms back at our sides for mountain pose. From here, we'll inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half. Exhale, planting hands, and maybe taking the chaturanga of your choice. So coming to the knees if that's most comfortable, or coming right through that flow into your cobra. Tucking those toes, hips up in the sky. Let's go ahead and inhale, exhale the right leg behind us, bringing it forward in between your legs, and we'll go ahead and drop that right knee. And adjust your legs as you need to get them in the position that works for you. So from here, let's go ahead and inhale. We'll rise all the way up for a low lunge, or Anjaneyasana. And let's take 2 breaths here. So nice deep breaths in. And one more. Excellent. Inhale. Exhale your hands back to the mat. Tuck those left toes. Send that right foot back to plank. And then press your hips up to the sky for down dog. And lifting the left leg. Bring that up between your hands. Adjusting your legs. Go ahead, drop that right knee. Get yourself where you're comfortable. Being sure that your ankle and your knee are in line with one another. We'll inhale, really tuck everything to the center and lift. Hands to the sky. Your hands can be parallel here. If you like, you can bring your hands together. Good yogi's choice. And we'll take 2 nice Ujjayi breaths here. In through the nose. Out through the nose, sorry. And lowering your shoulders, relaxing here. And we'll go ahead and take an inhale. Exhale our hands to the earth. Untuck those or tuck those toes and come back to that plank. And up for the down dog. Looking forward, we will walk our hop up to the top of the mat, finding ourselves in forward fold or Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Really bending those knees nice and deep. We're going to come into our chair pose. So bent knees, arms to the sky. Everybody's chair or Utkatasana will look different. And then you're going to go ahead and inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. Wonderful. We're going to go ahead and take another sun beat. And we'll add on here, okay? So from here at the top of your mat, our hands are in mountain pose. Just take those elbows and shoulders up and back. Inhale, rise. Exhale, really deep bend in those knees and arms up for chair pose. Excellent. Chairs come in pairs, so we'll do a chair to begin our flow, we'll do a chair to complete it. From here, we'll exhale forward, Uttanasana. Half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands to the floor for plank, Balasana. And then take the flow of your choice, finding yourself in up dog or cobra, and we'll meet in down dog. From here, right leg up, bring that between your hands. Don't judge yourself on how that happens, just get it there the way that's best for you. Keeping that left leg lifted, we'll press into our feet and rise nice and tall. Excellent. From here, let's go ahead and press away anything that doesn't serve us and press. 2 more times. And press. Nice tall arms and press. Excellent. And inhale, exhale, bring those hands to the earth. Step that foot back, come up into down dog, and walk it out for 1 moment. Left leg lifts. Looking forward, bringing that foot in front. Right foot stays back, knee off the earth. Pressing in, hug those thighs together, and then inhale up for high lunge. Excellent. And then here, let's just sweep one arm back and the other arm back. And we'll sweep both arms back. And we'll do that 2 more times. Right arm and left arm and both. If you're on that, well, don't be afraid to be different from where I am. One arm and the other. And both. Excellent. Come all the way to the top. Let's take 2 breaths here. And we'll go ahead and inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth. Come into plank. Lift those hips for downward facing dog. Looking forward, walk, step, or hop your feet to the front of the mat. Bending those knees nice and deeply, sitting up into your chair or Utkatasana. And let's take 3 breaths here. Really active arms, energy through the fingers. Pressing into those feet. Tucking that down. A lot of work. And go ahead and take a nice inhale. Rise up. Exhale, hands to our sides. Wonderful. We'll go ahead, we'll do 1 more Surya Namaskar B, I apologize, and we will just add a warrior series to that, okay? From Tadasana or mountain pose. Inhale, hands rise. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, Palakasana, plank pose, and take your flow. Up and over those wrists. Lift those feet, invite the chest and shoulders to the sky. Tucking those toes, lifting those hips to the sky. Lift the right leg. Bring that right foot between your hands. Pressing in, inhale, all the way up for a high lunge. Excellent. From here, let's go ahead and pivot that left foot down. And then make yourself a nice pyramid, a nice base here. 1 leg in each plane. And from here, we're going to go ahead also making sure that your hips are forward facing the front of the mat. We're going to take a nice long inhale, and then exhale will open up into warrior 2. So you'll notice here that my hips have shifted toward the long end of the mat. My arms are out in a T position. My gaze is up and over the forward arm. Warrior 2 or Virabhadrasana 2. Maybe find a little more depth in that front knee. Press into the back edge of that left foot, your back foot. Inhale, lifting that palm to the sky, the front palm. Exhale, fingers to the sky. Gaze follows the fingers. And then maybe deepen that lunge. Inhale, come back to warrior 2. And then let's take our right forearm to our right thigh and our left hand up and over. Extended side angle. And you can stay here, but if you feel up to it, you can always lift that arm, looking under the arm, maybe find the sun. Inhale, rising back up to warrior 2. We'll go ahead and straighten that front leg. Press that palm to the sky, and we'll do a reverse triangle here. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And we'll go ahead from here, keeping that front leg straight. Bring our hands back out into that T position, sending that left hip back. Really send those front fingers forward, reaching for something in front of you. And then if it's comfortable, you're gonna come all the way, bringing that right wrist to the right ankle. This is a terrific place for a block if you need to bring the floor closer to you. And then open that gaze to the sky. You can always be here. The key is to be sure that you're not kinking the center of your core. You want that nice, clean flow of breath. And from here, we'll press into those feet and gently lift back up into that reverse triangle. Hands to the sky, right hand to the sky, left hand to the back of the left leg. A nice inhale here, exhale, and we'll bring our feet to the long edge of our mat. Both feet, and I'm going to turn for you to see me. So in this next series, the Prasarita Padottanasana, or wide-legged forward fold, we are going to take 3 folds, okay? The first fold we'll do with our hands on our hips, and then the second fold, you can either take it with your hands bound behind your back, or you can use a strap, yogi's choice. Third fold, we will reach right and left, forward and back. So first time in, we're gonna place our hands on our hips here, making sure that you have a really nice, strong foundation, comfortable for you. You're gonna invite those shoulders up and back, bring that chest toward the sky, really lengthen that torso, and then hinging right here from your hips, which means kind of pressing those sit bones out a little bit. You're just gonna take that chest forward and bring the shoulder and your head toward the earth. Yogi's choice, how far you go. Bending your knees here is good. You can keep your legs straight. You can widen that stance if you want a little bit more lengthening. A block is a great spot. If this is uncomfortable for you or hard for you, you can come here to a block using those tools every opportunity you get. And if it's comfortable, you can simply hands on your hips, letting that head go, pressing into all 4 corners of your feet. And then can you lower those shoulders away from your ears? Maybe engage those elbows to reach toward the sky. And let go of that head. All right, from here, we're gonna press into those feet. Bring a slight bend to your knees if you haven't already. Again, extend that torso nice and long, and then hinge back up from those hips, 1 vertebrae at a time. Nice, and we'll finish by looping those arms, shoulders up to our ears, bring them back towards our backs. Nice. From here, if you choose, you can just take that bind behind your back. If you if you have a hard time grasping your hands behind your back, a strap or a tea towel is a terrific tool to use here. And if you want, you can even just bring your hands to your hips, okay? So from here, we're gonna do that same move, but we're gonna take and really press through those hands down towards the earth, lifting them up off of your hips if you can, and then go ahead and we're going to hinge from those hips, long torsos, take the head toward the earth. If you have a strap or tea towel, maybe try to pull it apart in 2 pieces. And then remembering to keep that head nice and low, bring your gaze beyond your knees, behind you. And then maybe press those hands toward the back of your neck, much as you can. Great place to close your eyes and just experience it. And then pressing those hands up to the sky, keeping them there as we rise. Pull, really pushing those feet into the earth. A little bend in the knees and extend through the crown of your head. Coming up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Wonderful. Once we get here, let's just press these hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And go ahead and lower. Woo, shake it out. Excellent. All right, one last time. Here we go. From here, we'll go ahead. We will start with our hands on our hips. All right, hands here or grasping your hips. Inhale, letting that shine, that chest and those shoulders shine to the sky. Pressing through those feet, a little bend in those knees, and just go ahead and exhale toward the earth. Really sending the energy out from your sit bones. And finding your head and shoulders headed toward the mat if you can. And then go ahead and release your hands to the earth. Just get used to this feeling. And then we'll go ahead and we'll walk our hands gently to the right. And then this is going to feel different for each yogi. Some people are going to be simply here right in front of their shoulders. Other yogis are going to be able to go wrapping around their right leg and do all kinds of things. I encourage you to do what works for your body. Okay, everybody's body is different. Do what's right for your body. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And let's take our hands to the center. And we'll just walk them out in front of us a little bit, not too far. Excellent. And let that head go. Don't lock out your knees here. And then step those hands back to the center. And we'll walk them over to the left. Maybe on your inhales, you come a little taller, and then your exhales, you find a little more length. Remembering to just worry about how you feel in each pose, how other people feel and how they can move is really of no consequence. And one more breath here. Exhale to the center. And then maybe taking your hands toward the back of the mat. And you reach for that back edge as far as you can. Right here under your body is, if you're feeling that, that's where you should be. If you can go a little further, go ahead and do so. Take that head with you, take that gaze with you. Maybe you can straighten those knees if that works for you, or keep a bend here. A big bend is just fine. It kind of feels good. Excellent. Bringing those hands back to the top of the mat here. Inhale our hands to our hips, and then exhale as you press all the way to the top. And maybe I can encourage you here, just heel toe those toes to feet together. And then maybe stand here with your eyes to the earth, maybe closing them, and allow that inversion, allow the flushing of your body with all of that beautiful fresh blood to just make you feel energized and alive. A great place to say thank you to yourself for coming to the mat today. All right, let's heel toe our feet all the way back together. And what we did on the right, we're going to do on the left. So our Warrior 2 series. So taking that left foot forward, right foot is back. We've got the right foot pivoted. so that it's a little bit toward the front of our mat, yes? All right, from here, roll those hips around to the front of your mat. We're gonna inhale, lifting our hands to the sky. And whether your hands are together or you've got more of a parallel, is either is right. And let's go ahead and take that bend in that front leg for our warrior one. And go ahead, adjust your feet so that your body is comfortable in this position. And we'll take 2 more breaths here. Nice inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Wonderful. Inhale. Exhale into warrior 2. Hands in a T. You're going to wrap that waist so that it is at an angle. Bring your gaze over the left fingertips, otherwise known as your drishti. Okay. And just breathe. Maybe taking a little bit of a deeper lunge. Inhale that palm to the sky. Exhale, palm to the fingertips to the sky. And let your gaze follow your fingertips here. Press that right shoulder back and down. Loosen your neck and your jaw. And let's go ahead and inhale from here. Exhale back into warrior 2. And then go ahead, we'll drop into our extended side angle. Pressing those fingers nice and long. Really going firmly through that lower hand as well. Back edge is pressing into the mat. And the front foot is pressing in nice and firmly. Just take a minute to look at your ankle and your knee. Are they in line with one another? And then we'll go ahead, we'll come back up into warrior 2. Inhale, exhale that front knee straight. We're coming into our triangle pose, okay? So from here, let's go ahead and lift that front palm again. Exhale that palm or those fingertips to the sky. So the difference being your front leg is straight as opposed to being in this lunge position. So if you're the Virabhadrasana, reverse warrior, and with that front straight leg, it's a reverse triangle. A nice inhale here. Exhale our hands back to that T position. And then press those fingertips forward. Really reaching for something out beyond those fingertips. Bringing this right hip back. Really pressing that hip back. And then let's go ahead and lower that left hand toward the earth. Right hand is going to come up toward the sky. And remember, if you used a block on the right side, let's make sure that we balance our body and come to a block on our left. Bringing that gaze to the sky, look toward those fingers or toward the sun. And maybe there's no sun where you are, but go ahead and move your legs. Pressing into those feet, keeping those legs nice and straight. Let's come back up into our triangle. One more reverse triangle. Excellent. And we'll come back into that long position, facing the side of your mat here. All right, go ahead, bring those feet together right in the middle of that mat. I'm going to face you. You can face whatever direction you like. We're going to go ahead and come into tree pose. And everybody's tree is going to look different every day that you do a tree. It's going to look different and feel different to you. So feel free to have props. I'll go ahead this time and use the block for a prop and show you how you can use that. So if our trunk is going to be the left foot, we're going to put the block on the inside of that left foot. Okay, hands to your hips, or you can take your hands out, whichever works for you. And then you're just going to take your gaze just above horizon. And then go ahead, take that right knee out to the right. Open those hips up, open this area, the front of your body, sending that that knee to the right. And then lift that toe into tree. Now your tree might be right here. And that is a perfect tree. Every tree is different. All right, if you want, you can bring it to your calf. And if it's in your practice, you can always reach down and bring it all the way up here. Right? Not in everybody's practice. You just don't ever want to have it across your kneecap. Very, very dangerous. So as you stay in tree or get into tree, I'll show you that this block can serve as a great tool to give you that lift if you don't quite have the balance some days. Or if pants are slippery, which tends to be the case for me. All right, and then your choice, stay where you are or gently come down. I'll show you one more variation. In your tree, you'll go ahead and put the strap under the foot that's coming up. Again, if you're dying here in this pose, feel free to gently lower yourself down, maybe shake it out and try again on that side. All right, but this last variation, lifting, pressing into that left leg or that base leg, and then just allowing that strap to help you pull that leg up to this highest tree here. And should try it on my other side. This is not necessarily my strongest side, but we'll give it one more try. So here, and then you would only bring one hand out for balance. And if you're lifting, you'll lift the one hand and then gently lower. Excellent. Don't ever be afraid to fall out of a pose. If you do, it just means you're perfectly imperfect, and there's nothing wrong with that. So let's go ahead, shake that out, and then we'll press into the right leg, and we can do the same types of things. So pressing into that left foot, go ahead and find your tree. So it's either at your ankle or up into different positions. You can find that block and open that leg open, bring that leg open, come into your tree. Bring those hands up and maybe you sway back and forth like a tree in the wind. Excellent, and pressing, 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 pressing into that leg. I apologize, I think I did the same leg twice. Go ahead and we will take one more minute in this tree pose. Staying where you can. And maybe your hands are up above and you're floating here like a tree in the breeze. Beautiful. And then let's go ahead and just gently lower that foot to the earth. If you were trying it with your strap, go ahead and push that strap off to the side. Excellent. Moving any tools and things out of the way. We'll go ahead and stand up mountain pose. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let's go ahead and come up one more time. Inhale, rise. We'll bring a little bit of warmth. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, planting our hands, coming into plank. And we'll hold here for 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then let's just take the right knee to the right elbow and the right knee to the left elbow. And we'll do that one more time. Right to right, right to left. And we'll go ahead and do that on the other side. Right to left, or left to left, left to right, and left to left, left to right. Excellent. Hips up in the sky for a downward facing dog. Go ahead, take 2 more breaths here. We're going to go ahead and lift that right leg, bring it through to the top of your mat for a high lunge. From here, I'm going to just bring that left leg in a little bit, and maybe you choose to do it with a block here, holding onto that block, just pressing into that right leg, and then lifting that left leg up off the earth, as higher as low as it can go, and possibly you release for warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Excellent. Toes are pointing to the earth, flexed. And then gently press that left foot back. Plant those hands, come into plank. And lifting those hips for downward facing dog. We'll take that on the other side, lifting the left leg, coming through, and we'll find our warrior three. So whether you use the block or you don't, yogi's choice, just pressing up, bringing that right foot up to the sky. Left foot is our nice base. And maybe you bring your hands to your heart. Maybe you fly. Relax those shoulders. Press through that right heel. Press into the left foot all the way. And then let's go ahead and bring those hands back to heart center. Stepping back. Ooh. And we'll go ahead and make our way back into plank. Inhale, exhale up to downward facing dog. And let's take one last flow here. So coming down into our Virabhadrasana, our Chaturanga, up into Cobra or up dog. And then let's inhale, and we'll just exhale to our tabletop, and then press all the way back into child's pose. When you're ready, we'll go ahead and come back up into our tabletop position. Tuck those toes, and let's go ahead and lift our hips in the sky for downward facing dog. Right leg in the sky. Bring that right leg forward and lower the ankle and the hip, and we'll come back into pigeon pose. If this isn't comfortable for you, so hang tight if this doesn't work for you. If you're in pigeon, you can come to your forearms, or you can even come down onto your extended arms. Okay, so hang in there and take that stretch while I go through a modification. If for some reason that doesn't work for your body, you can do two other options. So sitting on your mat with either your legs straight, bring that right foot across your thigh, and just sit here, pressing into that right knee, just a tiny bit, but sit nice and tall. If it's comfortable for you, you can go ahead and bend that left knee and get a little bit more of an extension, a little bit of an opening. Great. All right, that's an awful lot. So if you are there, go ahead and stay there for me just a moment. I will rearrange my floor yogis. So we're here. You're going to go ahead and tuck that left leg, those left toes. Bring that right leg up behind you. And let's just hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll lower it down and just walk our feet out a little bit. And if you're on the floor, just lengthen those legs all the way out. Sit nice and tall. Legs in front, abdomen nice and tall. If you're in down dog, lift your left leg. Bring that left ankle to the right wrist. Knee toward the left. Sitting back in that and just finding your space. Extending all the way out of the great place for a block under your head and such. If you're on the floor, you're going to take the left leg across the thigh. This is perfect. This is plenty. If you want a little bit more, you can go ahead and bend that right leg. Bring that left leg a little closer to you. Excellent. All right, and we'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you are here, let's just go ahead, come to a cross-legged seated position. If you are on the floor, let's tuck that right toe, come back into downward facing dog for just a moment. Stretch all of that out and go ahead, knees to the earth. Cross those legs behind you and then roll back onto your seat. Excellent. If that doesn't work for you, by the way, feel free to come to a seated position in the best way that suits your body, okay? From here, we're going to do a couple of twists. So we'll get ourselves nice and tall. Inhale, we're going to lift our hands to the sky, palms together. Then we're going to exhale our left hand to our right knee Take our right arm behind us, close to your sit bones. Pressing into that right palm, lift a nice tall torso and take your gaze toward your right elbow. Now, as you stay nice and tall, on your inhales, lift a little taller. Exhales maybe takes you toward the back of the room further, finding a little bit more twist. You can use this left hand for leverage to press you away. One more inhale here, lengthening nice and tall. Exhale, turning a little more. Gently coming back to the center. We'll lift our hands up in the sky. 2 breaths here. Exhale the right hand to the left knee, left hand to the glutes. Pressing nice and tall in that torso. Exhaling for a twist. Inhale. Exhale for more twist. And take that one more time on your own. And then let's go ahead and gently make our way back to the center. Hands to our hearts. Inhale. Extend those hands to the sky. Exhale, forward, folding over those legs. Go ahead and allow your head to fall gently, but don't take your body into a ball. Keep that torso nice and long. And from here, we'll inhale and inhale all the way up into cactus arms. And then exhale, let's grab a beach ball. And then inhale, open. And exhale for the beach ball. And open one more time. And closing again. Kind of a seated cat-cow, that same arching and rounding of the back. Coming back into neutral, our hands on our knees. We'll extend those legs nice and long. Take the right sole of the foot to the inside of your left leg. So your leg, you may find yourself here. And if that's what your body feels best at, bravo. If you are comfortable coming all the way up, you can take that position as well. Kind of engaging that right knee, pressing to the earth. And then if you are comfortable, we're going to just find a nice fold over that left leg. Okay, great place for a tea towel or a strap if you need a little assistance finding that length, or you're looking to add a little bit of length. This is a great way to find it. A little leverage here. So taking that head towards your foot, the top of your head, really pressing toward that left foot. And then maybe take that right hand and press that right knee a tiny bit. Don't be too crazy. Relax those shoulders. And then go ahead, lower that head just a little bit toward here. And breathe. Excellent. Take a nice inhale. And then exhale slowly back up. And we'll take that on the other side. Bring the strap on your right foot. Bringing your left foot up. And we'll take that forward fold. So here you don't want to have this foot pressing out. You want that foot nicely engaged, toes to the sky. And then bringing this left leg into where it's comfortable for you. Okay. Another alternate option with that strap is you can take this strap under your foot. If you're struggling to get this length and you want this length. So you can take that strap kind of like we did in tree, extend that right leg nice and long, press through those heels. And then you can use that strap to bring that leg up if that helps you. And then you can hold that strap here. And it just gives you a way to kind of leverage your limbs into a little bit of lengthening. Being sure, very, very careful that you're not hurting yourself All right, and don't be me. Don't let that foot fall out. Engage that right foot. Press that heel as though it's up against a wall. Push that wall away. Nice tall shoulders. Nice long torso. And then if you care, you can take that hand toward the toes. Maybe your hand just comes to your knee or your calf. Maybe your ankle. Maybe you're able to reach all the way down. Then we'll take 2 more breaths here. Nice long torso. Inhale and gently rise. And we'll go ahead and let go of that. From here, bring your hands behind you. Open your legs the width of the mat here. Just kind of get comfortable. And we'll just go ahead and we'll windshield wiper those legs back and forth. Wonderful. One last time. And since our hands are here, let's go ahead. We'll press into our hands, press into our feet, and just as much as you can. This is not easy, and it's not easy on very many for a lot of people. Press into those feet, press into those hands, and let's just lift our hips as much as you can. And just be gentle on yourself. And take your head back if it's comfortable. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower. Excellent. Not an easy move. All right, with our legs forward, we'll just go ahead and we'll take one nice long reach over both legs, reaching towards your toes. All right, and then bend those knees nice and deep. Bring those toes close to you. Take your peace fingers, number 1 and number 2, wrap them around your toes. And then take your thumbs and close that loop. And then from here, just extend your feet to where it's comfortable for you. All right, and you may be just at the beginning space with your knees fully bent, but maybe there's somebody who's able to come full length here. And then gently lowering that head, keeping those toes to the sky. Relax the calves, relax your knees, relax your thighs. And then go ahead, gently letting go and just coming up back nice and tall. Excellent. From here, we're just going to find our way to our backs on the mat safely. So whether it be pressing your hands to your thighs and releasing down, maybe you're turning to the side and making your way to your back this way. Really protect those backs and those necks. And then adjust what needs to be adjusted here. Pressing the feet to the earth, your hands to the earth, your elbows and your shoulders to the earth. Maybe cinch those shoulders up and under you a little bit more. We're going to press into the hands and the feet and lift our hips to the side for bridge or Setu Tadasana. Sorry. Inhale, tuck that pelvis to the belly button. Exhale, hips to the sky. Just coming as far as it's comfortable for you. Maybe you need to move your feet a little closer to your glutes and pressing. And we'll stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, push, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't let go. Now gently lower. Excellent. 1 vertebrae at a time here. And reposition ourselves. We're going to go up and do 2 more bridges. And maybe you find a little bit more extension each time. Possibly you can bind your hands under you 1 or 2 times. So inhale, exhale that, inhale that torso towards your belly button. Exhale those hips to the sky. Pressing into all 4 corners of both feet. Pressing those hands into the mat. Press that mat away from you. Press, press, press. Now inhale. Exhale those hips to the sky. Inhale. Press those hips a little further, and maybe can you hold hands behind your back? Excellent. Possibly touching the pointer fingers and press them toward the heels. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and gently release everything back to the earth. And one last lift. I will throw in a little something, not required, but we'll see how you do. So bring those feet close to the sit bones, pressing into the hands and feet, tilting that pelvis toward the belly button, and lifting those hips up in the sky. Now maybe shuffle that left foot a little closer to the center and pressing into that left foot, both hands and shoulders. Can you lift that right foot up off of the earth? For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And keeping it here, bring that right foot in, press into the earth and lift. Left foot, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Inhale, exhale those hips to the sky. And go ahead and lower all the way down. Beautiful. The soles of the feet together. Or Baddha Konasana, or bound angle, bound or butterfly. And nice deep breaths here. Let's take that left knee over to the right knee. Bring those knees up towards your chest here a little bit. And then open your arms nice and wide in a T. Take that gaze in the opposite direction of your knees, so to the left if your knees are to the right. Being mindful, how does this feel on your back and neck? Only doing what's comfortable for you. Can you relax your upper body, your waist and your legs? Nice inhale, lifting those knees to the chest and exhaling them over to the left side. Bringing that gaze in the other direction. If your knees are left, take your gaze to the right. If your knees don't come together here, it's a great place for a block, because you don't necessarily want this to be a working pose. Give yourself a little break here. Shimmy those shoulders. Feel the earth below both shoulders if you can. 2 more breaths, relaxing shoulders and the chest, the ribs and the hips. Relax your thighs. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Inhale those knees back to the center and just hug them into you nice and strong. If you've got a block between your knees, go ahead and you can release it. Excellent. It feels great. Maybe you roll back and forth on your back a tiny bit. Kind of a pseudo massage. And then inhale, taking your hands to the back of your thighs here. Nice deep inhale. Exhale those feet all the way to the side. Bring your heels to the sun. Flex those toes, bring those toes back towards your nose. And then maybe use your hands to bring those legs a little closer to your face. Knees towards your nose. Now relax those shoulders. Easy to tense up here. And breathe. How about bringing those elbows really tight to your side? Pressing in. Press, press, press. Excellent. Open your legs hip distance apart. Let's take our hands up and over behind us. And we'll exhale them in between our legs here. Bend those knees nice and deeply. And reach for the outer edges of your feet. All right, maybe you're reaching for your ankles. Maybe your hands are here between your, below your knees, in the back of your thigh. No wrong position here. We're just looking for that last bit of length to really say thank you to our body for the work that it did. Head can come up for a little bit of ab work, lowering the head and just engaging those knees to the earth. Maybe pressing your feet into your hands at the same time. Lower those shoulders away from your ears. And then taking those hands, bringing the palms of your feet or the soles of your feet together, lower that to the earth. And we'll just stay here for a moment. Go ahead and just allow your body to begin breathing at its own natural pace again. Maybe some nice deep breaths, breathing out as though you're fogging a mirror, breathing in and out. And in again. And fog that mirror. One last time. From here, we're going to go ahead, bring those knees together, send those legs nice and long. Uh-oh. And then just kind of adjust your body where you feel comfortable. Allow your hands to rest on the earth, or feel free to open them up into a receiving mode. Let your feet just fall open, relaxed. Release your ankles and your calves. Trust the earth to hold your knees and your quads, your hamstrings. Feel your glutes against the mat. Release your belly. Relax your ribs. Nice deep in-breath here. Relaxing on the out-breath by releasing those shoulders, letting go of the arms and elbows. One more nice deep inhale. And relax your jaw and your neck and your ears. Let your eyes just fall back in their sockets. Your chin relax. You've taken the time to come to the mat to offer movement, mindfulness, breath to your body. It's a lovely time then during Shavasana or our corpse pose or the depth of your yoga practice to just find a softness and reflection, a place of peace. When your mind wanders, and it surely will, it's what our minds do, acknowledge what it is it wants to think of, and then invite it back to a quiet place. If you are at home and you have the wherewithal to indulge yourself in just staying here in Shavasana, go ahead and do just that. If you need to be on your way, then Let's go ahead and bring movement to our fingers and toes, maybe making a fist and bringing our fingers towards our inner arm, and then bending on back. Maybe bring a little circle to the feet. And then maybe a little yes and no action with the head. No being a little easier than yes when you're laying down. And let's go ahead, choosing whichever side feels right to you. We'll come to our side in a fetal position, using either your hands or a block to rest your head for just a moment. Bringing our knees up to this fetal position after laying long on a hard surface just feels really nice. And then can you trust yourself by keeping your eyes closed and pressing that left hand into the earth, coming up to a seated position. And let's bring the wrong leg in front this time so that it feels just a little bit off from normal. Sitting nice and tall, inviting your hands to your heart, maybe feeling your sternum against your thumbs, lowering your chin to engage with your pointer fingers. Lift those shoulders up towards your ears and release. And let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. And one last time. Inhale, lift those shoulders. Keep them there. And go ahead and release, relaxing all the way through your body. Thank you very, very much for allowing me to guide you through the practice today. I am an imperfectly perfect yoga teacher, doing my very best to guide you as I learn this beautiful teaching method. I hope you have a wonderful day. I look forward to moving with you again. Namaste.